Untitled Chapter, and welcome to another Is It Worth the Gold video. Today we're looking at the KV-122 Tier 7 Russian Premium Heavy Tank. Obviously heavily compares with an IS-2, so that's what we're going to be comparing it with. And let's start with the armor. This tank doesn't really have any. I mean, it looks all red, but the red zones, the thickest armor is 100 on this, so it's like a Tiger. And we all know that Tiger has no fucking armor. There's a bit more than on the Tiger on this tank, like the turret cheeks are really good actually, but generally most of the tank is completely flat and most of the tank has no armor, so you don't really expect to bounce anything in this tank and you'll do fine. When it comes to the side armor, you have 60, which is not bad. You can pull off some side scraping with this. You have actually quite a lot of ass armor as well for some reason, and the entire turret is actually 90. Well, not the entire turret, some parts of the turret are 100 as well, but the turret sides and stuff like that is, you know, not too bad if you're being shot by tier 5s, but anything higher than that will tear through this armor quite easily. That being said, let's talk about the rest of the stats while the replay is running, so yeah. Alright, let's go. So you start off with 1200 hit points, 360 meter view range, top speed forwards 42, backwards 14, power to weight 15.14, tank traverse 40, third traverse 32. Sub-stats are really similar to the IS-2. When we come to the gun, 1759 damage per minute, 390 damage per shot, 175 penetration. Aiming time 3.2, accuracy 0.46. Soft stats on the gun are slightly better all across the board than on the IS-2. When it comes to the price, it is more expensive at 5,950, and the gun depression is 6, elevation 20 all around. So with the stats out of the way, is this tank any good? Well, kinda. I mean, any tank with the 390 alpha damage at tier 7 is still gonna be good. But this is not as good as the IS-2. You really need that potato armor to save you from all the shots you generally tend to miss with tanks like the IS-2 and this one as well. You really need to have some armor to save your silly ass when you miss your shots. You need that armor to be able to close the distance well with a gun like this as well. You always want to be using short distance, and if you can't do that, this is not a very good tank. So here we are playing Fisherman's Bay, playing against tier 7, so decent matchmaking for me. Not like this tank is terrible against tier 9s, because it does have that mobility over the IS-2, so you can move around the map better and find better positions to strike from and to play in general, but obviously it's still not going to be ideal to be in tier 9 games with an IS-2, but you definitely don't want to play this as a heavy tank in tier 9 games. Even in these kind of games, you don't really want to be going and brawling against a lot of things. Again, the tank can pull off some side scraping, but it's not going to be too great, and if you show your front, just expect to be penetrated with every shot you take. And look at this aiming time. Even though it's better than on the IS-2, it's still absolute garbage, of course. So this is quite a weird turn of events here at the start of the game. We killed that little shit in the STRV, and then the Tiger was in the base, and nobody else in their team really could be playing city. They could have some base campers, well, not base campers, but some people camping in the city, but I don't think they actually will have anybody generally playing the city, and the MT25 is actually confirming that. That's why I moved up here so early. Just felt like they will not have anybody playing the city, so we can take advantage of that and shoot these people in the face instead of being just stuck there doing nothing. Now our next target is gonna be this D44-100, and obviously hitting people for this amount of damage at this tier is still extremely painful, and nobody really wants to ignore these tanks because, you know, 390 hurts no matter what tier you are in. So now we're kind of doing what you shouldn't really be doing in this tank. We're just sitting here sniping, but we don't really have any other options, because what the enemy team is doing is camping in the base, and we can't really YOLO across the field just yet, so we're just stuck here sniping, and you know, since there's nothing better to do, might as well just sit here and do nothing. When it comes to the advantages on this tank over the IS-2, you do have way better mobility, and you could see that as well. We were able to reach the top speed of 42 really quickly, and in general, the power to weight, the traverse, everything is better than on the IS-2, but just missing that idiot-proof nature of the armor of the IS-2 really hurts with a tank like this, and you'll see how literally lackluster this armor is later on as well. But now the MT25 is doing some spotting, so we can try to shoot people for it as well, but the aiming time again fails us. The aiming time again, on paper the aiming time is better, but in reality, because your tank is faster, turns faster, the dispersion is gonna be generally worse, or the same pretty much, so it is not really a lot of a difference in this compared to the IS-2. Also, that was, you know, just potato. Again, we're doing things we shouldn't really be doing in this tank, but we don't really have a choice because we can't really YOLO anything. I'm pretty sure that shot actually hit, because we did hit one blind shot and I didn't see any other blind shot that would have hit anything. Now, I mean, we are winning, it's 8-5, we should be winning this game as well. It would be nice if our MT25 did some scouting, but you know, can't have it all, can you? We haven't really done fuck all ourselves either. If we hit that blind shot, we're like 1700 now, and the game is kind of closing to an end, so we will have to try to put in some damage later in this game, and it seems less likely by the second. But now there's this guy, and you know, we missed that fully aimed shot on the German TD. This one though, easy game, skill based World of Tanks. It's definitely skill based. Now we're gonna try to lead in 25, but it's gonna be extremely hard, and that was a terrible lead, but the shot went so wide that it wouldn't really matter, to be fair. Alright, so the enemy team has only 5 tanks left, so we are gonna push soon. Also, MT25 goes full retard and gets killed. But we do put in some shots into this Tiger once again, and we're gonna push soon. We're not gonna sit here for very long because we can't get the shot on the Tiger. So it is time to move on. And now you can see why I am not very pleased with this tank in general. The armor, it does nothing. It literally does nothing on this tank, and if you want a completely unarmored tank, you probably don't want to have this gun on it. You want something better on it, or something different at least. In general, it still works fine. I mean, this is not a terrible tank, but it's really hard to recommend this over the IS-2 just because of the complete lack of armor. Here we bounced one shot of the E25, and it probably is going to be the only one. Maybe there's going to be another one. This guy actually managed to miss me somehow. We shoot on the move because that's what you do, obviously. Gonna move up and try to get to the C25 or the Tiger. I don't really care, to be honest. Just want to do some spotting if possible. Tiger is a pretty decent shot, but I've decided to be a dumbass and shoot on the move, which works out as well as you would generally expect. Sometimes you do hit these shots, most of the time you won't though. And now, like, get fucked, man. I like guessing where he could be. This seems more likely than where he's actually are. That is just ridiculous that he got there so fast, and even more ridiculous that I wouldn't spot him. So I kind of sit here and cry every time and lose some more hit points because of the complete and utter lack of armor. It's not like a well-aimed shot is not gonna pen an IS, but especially when I was running down that hill, I would expect to bounce way more with an IS-2, even though it is slower and the weak spots are still there and not so hard to hit. Now the A25 is running away. He actually might come into the open, and we will pick up the kill, and that is the game. Alright, so we ended up getting an ace tanker, 2,292 experience with a premium account, high caliber. We did 3,570 damage, did 1,046 assisted, and got 4 kills. Ended up getting 1,273 XP, which was enough for an ace. Not really a very exciting game or a very good game, but it was enough for an ace. And I mean, the 122, the KV-122, I can't really recommend this. We did make pretty decent profit at 78,000 on tier 7 heavy. That is not bad at all, especially because we missed so many shots as well. But is this worth the gold? Well, not really. I would say go for an IS-2. The idiot-proof nature of the IS-2 armor will be way better than just a bit of added mobility, and the gun handling, while on paper better because your tank is more mobile, the dispersion is gonna go all over the place anyways, and the lack of DPM compared to the IS-2 is also quite discouraging, and also it just costs more, so it is kind of a weird, it's in a weird place, and I wouldn't really see myself recommending this to anyone ever, especially, well, with an IS-2 around. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next one.